Okay guys, so this will be the last video that I will post before class. It's 2 o'clock right now, my time. So basically what I'm going to go over this video, it's going to be related to percents. So I believe the wording for this worksheet is called percent notation. So I'm going to go ahead and title this percents. I'm going to move pretty quick. So percent. So I'm looking at number 1 and it says write each decimal as a percent. Again, write each decimal as a percent. So when you want to go from a decimal and convert it, okay, to a percent, okay, which of course that's the percent symbol. So when you want to go from a decimal to a percent, what you're going to do, and I'm just going to do number 1, we have 0.00554. So when you want to convert a decimal to a percent, you multiply by 100. So here's the rule right here. You multiply the decimal, so multiply decimal by 100. You multiply the decimal by 100. So essentially when you do that, multiplying by 100, you're actually going to make that number larger and you're going to swing the decimal 2 places this way, okay, going this way, to the right or back. So if I multiply this by 100, I could do all the math, but mainly what I want to do is I want to swing the decimal 2 places to the right, okay? So the answer to this one would be 0.0, I messed that up, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, the decimal got swung 2 places this way, to the right, so it's going to be 0, then 0, 0, and there's a decimal place right in front of that 554. So again, I apologize, someone walked in. All right, so one more time. If you want to go from a decimal to a percent, the math is you multiply by 100, or I'm just going to put it right here at the bottom, swing the decimal 2 places, again, to the right, which again, you're going to swing it back this way because the number is going to increase, or just say 2 places back, /right. All right, so let's do another problem. All right, so sorry for that blunder. So the final answer to this one for number 1 is just basically 0.554. So here's the answer, nice and big, 0.554. You don't have to worry about all those zeros that were in front of the decimal. All right, so let's do another one. All right, so that one was number 1. Now let's look at number 2. I'm going to just kind of give them away. 0.119. Again, if we multiply this by 100, so I'm going to go ahead and show you that math real quick. So if I have 100 times, and remember, you don't have to line things up when you're doing this, so I'm going to just squeeze in this 0.119. Okay, or if that looks kind of bad, let me do it this way. Put the decimal on top, 119 times 100. So let me do it this way because this looks a little bit neater. So I'm going to ignore that for a second. All right, so as you can see, we're going to put a bunch of zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros in the first row. 0 to hold my place, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros here. Okay, then we'll put 2 zeros in the third row. But now we're going to do 1 times 9, 1 times 1, 1 times 1, and then 0. So we're going to have 9 here, 1, 1, 0. Okay, now we'll add everything down. We'll get 0, 0, 9, 1, 1, 0. And remember, the rule with decimals is you swing. So we're going to swing this decimal out 1, 2, 3 places, and swing into the answer 1, 2, 3. So it's going to end up right there, and I'm saying to you that it's 11.9 is the answer. All right, so that's the same as, again, the answer is 11.9. That's the same as taking this decimal, like I said. If you don't want to do the multiplying of 100, you swing 2 places back or to the right. So I'm going to swing 1, then I'm going to swing 2, and see, I would be back at 11.9. So I'm going to use another color. So I'm going to swing this decimal 1, 2 places back to the right, and the final answer is 11.9. So whichever way you'll remember that makes sense to you. Either multiply by 100 or swing 2 places to the back. All right, so now what if I want to go the other direction? What if I want to convert a percent to a decimal? Well, let's think about this, okay? If I was going from this way, decimal to percent, you notice that I multiplied the decimal by 100. So guess what? To go from a percent to a decimal, you're going to divide by 100, okay? So we're going to put a note that to go from percent to decimal, we divide the percent by 100, okay? Which, again, that's one way. The second way is we'll swing the decimal 2 places forward or to the left. All right? So whichever one, you can do this way or you can do it this way, whichever one you like. I like the swing method, okay? All right, so now let's look at an example. So if I have 35%, this is number 4, I have 35%, okay? So I could just divide this by 100, I would get 0.35, okay? So again, just showing this first method. 35, divide that by 100, so then we do T-bow, right? We'll put the top number in, bottom number would go outside, and then again, we can't do 100 into 35, so we put our decimal, 0, bring that up, and we say 100 goes into 350, 3 times for 300, subtract for 50, and then I can bring down more zeros, and I would get, again, there it is, 0.35, okay, doing the division. Now, if you want to do the swing method like I like to do, is, I hope my hand won't look so big, but I used to tell my students to take this little symbol, this percent symbol, take it and just ball it up in the back like a big strong decimal, okay? So basically we ball this up and we get 35 with a dot in the back. Now, like I said, I want to swing the decimal 2 places forward, okay? We need a plural, 2 places forward. So I'm going to take that and swing 2 places forward, or again, I'm swinging toward the left this way. Okay, so now, as you can see, the decimal was in the back. Now it's in the front of the 3. The final answer is the same, 0.35. So again, whichever method you like, all right? So I'm going to do one more of those, and then I'm going to move to something else. All right, just give me a second. Okay, so next one I could do, let's do number 6 from the worksheet. So for number 6, it says we have 170%, and again, this is asking us to change the percent to the decimal. So again, choose what you like. I'm going to do the swing method. So I'm going to ball up this percent symbol into like a balled up dot. So I would have 170 with a dot in the back. And I'm going to swing it 2 places forward or to the left, bringing it forward. It's going to end up being right there. Okay, so the final answer to this is that 170% is equal to 1.70. All right, hopefully that makes sense. Again, divide the percent by 100. Take that number, just divide it by 100. You can ignore the percent or ball the percent up in the back and then swing it forward 2 places. All right, so now I'm going to jump around a little bit. I'm kind of trying to look at the worksheet as I go. So another question they asked, again, that was number 6. At the very bottom, it says, write each percent as a fraction or mixed number. So let's look at number 10. For number 10, we have 10.276%. And they want me to take this percent and change it into a fraction or mixed number. So we're doing percent to fraction. Okay. So in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, you can't go from my memory percent straight to fraction. You need to go through the decimal. So let's do this first. Let's change our percent first to a decimal. And then once we get our decimal, we'll change it into a fraction. Okay, so the decimal to fraction, that's that first name, last name. So let's look at this. First of all, we have to change the percent to a decimal. So to change this to a decimal, remember, we're going to divide by 100, so I'm going to swing the decimal 2 places forward. All right, so I can ignore the percent for a moment. The decimal is right here. Okay, there's no balling it up in the back because the decimal is in my number. Okay, so I'm going to take this, swing it 2 places forward. 1 and then 2. Okay, so what I have now is 0.10 and then 276. I just changed that percent into a decimal. Okay, now to go from, so we're in a decimal now, we swung it 2 places forward. I'm going to just write swing 2 forward. All right, is to go from a decimal to a fraction, we do the first name over last name. So remember, the first name is you write the number that you see. So the number that jumps out at you should be that 10,276 over. And then the last name is to do the last place of this number here. And let's see if I can remember. So this is tenths, hundreds, thousands, 10 thousandths. I believe this is 100 thousandths. So we're going to put on the bottom 100,000. Okay, and then of course the next thing we'll do is we would work really hard to keep dividing, and then get our answer, which is our simplified fraction. So I'll go over the answer to this because I only have a few minutes. I don't have time to reduce this, to be honest with you. But one more type that's really important. I'm going to change my paper out real quick. So I want to move now to this one, number 16. This is important, and then I'll stop the video here. Okay guys, I want to finish off that last problem real quick because I ran out of space. So the question was, I'm going to go back over from scratch on this problem. Give me 1 second. Just have my students just leave out of the classroom. So the problem for number 16, I'm going to do 2 of these. It was 54% of 74 is what? Okay, is what? All right, so as you can see for this one, I told you the formula you want to use is over of equals percent over 100. So you just read the statement very carefully and plug in the right numbers. So as you can see, I have 54%. 54%. So that means in this equation, which again, this is like a proportion. It's not actually is like, it is. It's a proportion. So I'm going to put the 54 right here for the percent, because that's my percent. Put the 100 on the bottom, and it says of 74. So 74 is the of, and the is was x. All right. So of course, when you have a proportion, you have to cross multiply and then divide. So I'm going to take another color here. I'm going to cross multiply this way. After I multiply, I drop my answer down, and then I'm going to put an equal sign in between, and then I'm going to cross multiply this way and then drop my answer down. So 100 times x is 100x, but I'm going to do some scratch work. 74 times 54, 4 times 4 is 16, this is 28, so that's 29, 0, this is 20, carry a 2, 35, 36, 37. All right. So what we should get is 6993. So we get 3,996. Okay, over there, my math is right. Now I'm going to divide by 100 because I'm solving for x. That goes away. So the final answer, x is equal to, and remember, we're dividing by 100. So in my mind, I know if I'm dividing by 100, my number is going to get smaller. The decimal is going to swing 2 places forward. So in this 3,996, the decimal's in the back. So let me just show you this real quick. 3996. The decimal's in the back. I'm dividing by 100, so I'm going to swing it 2 places forward. Okay? Put it right there. So the answer is 39.96. Okay? Or you can do T-bow. Okay? Top and bottom out. So of course you're going to put the 3996 inside, put the 100 outside, and then of course you could do your division, and I'll just show that. 300, subtract for 99, bring this down, goes in there 9 times for 900, leaves you with 96. Okay, we would put a decimal for our help, bring this up, bring that down, There's the other 9. For 900, we get 60. Bring another 0 down. 600. There it is. Same thing. All right. So just to be clear, your x is 39.96. All right. So I'm going to do one more of this one. So let's look at 17. 17 says, it's a little messy. Okay. What is, they say, what is 74.4, I believe. Oh my gosh, I messed that up. It's 14. Sorry, guys. 14.4% of 86. Moving pretty quick. Okay, so one more time. What is 14.4% of 86? So we're going to write our formula again. Is over of is equal to percent over 100. Okay, read it very slowly from left to right. What is? So again, I'm looking for is. One more time. What is? So I'm going to put an X on the is. What is 14.4%? So this is my percent number. So put my equal sign, plug in the 14.4. Over 100 is always in my equation. And it says of 86. So 86 is the of. One more time. What is? What is? That's the X. 14.4%, put the number here at the top in the numerator, of 86. 86 is your of, 100 belongs in the formula. So same thing. This is a proportion, cross multiply and divide. So we're going to multiply, drop the answer down, put our equal sign, cross multiply this way, drop that down, that's 100x. So now we're going to do a little scratch work. 14.4 times 86, 24. 24 plus 2 is 26. 8, 0, 32. Look at 3. 32, 33, 34, 35. Carry a 3. 8 plus 3, 11. You gotta be real careful when you're doing this. So we get 4, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 2, and 1. No, that looks terrible. So this is 12,384. Last step, I'm just going to rewrite it over here. 12,384 is equal to 100x. Divide by 100 to both sides. Again, it's going to make my number smaller. And because, again, this is like $12,384, the decimal's in the back. So we're just going to swing it 2 places forward. The answer is 123.84. Okay, I hope that was useful. I just wanted to throw something together so you guys can preview it before class. And I will see you guys soon.